Okay, hey everybody. I'm recording this in Zoom. I'm just going to upload it later. It's the Insta Good Show. Sorry about all that. I pay for 400 megabytes up and down here, and I usually get 30 to 40. And then today I'm getting 30 down and one or two up. So straight garbage from Suddenlink. My bad. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to record this, and hopefully you'll be able to catch the replay. We'll upload it and I'll edit some things together. So let's just go ahead and go into what I've got planned here today. So should I post hashtags in the caption or the first comment? That is the question I often get, is what should I do about hashtags? Should I post in the first comment or in the caption itself and do the little dots as they go down? And I would suggest to listen to Instagram. Instagram went on record a few weeks ago when someone visited their headquarters. And I talked about this in a previous show a little bit, but they recommended putting it in the caption. And the reason they recommended putting it in the caption is because when you just throw a bunch of hashtags in the first comment, Instagram's algorithm treats that as a spammy kind of comment. And I don't know how much I've seen that really penalize anybody. But if Instagram is saying that's probably not the best practice, that's not how they really want you to use their platform, it's their platform. So however you're using it, you should probably listen to how they're saying you should use it and find ways to do what you need to do within those parameters. So I would suggest doing that. They also said 5 to 10 relevant hashtags, not the full 30. That one, I don't know, man. I feel like putting 30 full hashtags in there is probably the best. However, the relevant hashtag little addition there is super important. So if you have hashtags, you put 30, you put 5, you put 10, they all need to relate to what's going on in your post, because the algorithm can tell if that's irrelevant. So you have this issue on TikTok a lot, is that they can take a trending hashtag and just pop it into a post. And that's why you can blow up so fast, is that your hashtags you put in there are the ones that are trending and getting hit a lot right now. And the content you might find on that hashtag doesn't always really have anything to do with that hashtag. It's really weird. It starts with that hashtag, but you could post some, there's some girl posting a dance video and the hashtag is WrestleMania entrance. Well, that's not at all what it is. That was trending just a few days ago. And it's like that kind of stuff happens on TikTok. But on Instagram, their algorithm will punish you for that. So that is the kind of thing you need to pay attention to with captions. I tend to just post the ones I think are most relevant and the biggest ones. I typically go around 10, honestly, because I'm doing different ones for every post now. And that I think is a key. You can't just copy and paste the same hashtags in every single post. That I think is why they're saying don't do the full 30, is because that looks spammy as well. It's just a bot hitting the same hashtags over and over. They want the hashtag system to be something that is relevant to the post, so that the content and the user experience is better. So that's something to think about with hashtags. That's our FAQs for the day. Let's talk about tips and such. Right now, one of my biggest tips is you should try to go live on Instagram more. I'm seeing 5 or 6 at least every hour from bigger celebrities, organizations, churches, friends of mine. Everybody's trying Instagram Live a lot more these days because live video feels more personal. So very popular right now, but here's some things you can do live. Do a devotional. You can answer questions about yourself, staff members, the church, theology, whatever, Easter, take live questions. You could play trivia games. So write on a whiteboard or cards and do kind of a newlywed type game or something where it's like, here's the question. What's the answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? And you give the answer. And then here's the answer. So you can do things like that are just simple and fun. Share a slideshow. You can now share photos from your camera roll live, like it's a live stream. And they put your picture in picture. You're at the very top, and the full screen is whatever image you're sharing. So if you had slides you wanted to share or photos you wanted to share from an event or something, you could do that on a live stream. I know a youth group is doing a cooking show. And it's silly. They're not trying to actually really teach you how to cook. They're just being ridiculous. Pretty fun idea. Also a great idea for YouTube. But pray, lead worship and pray. Our church did a Zoom meeting where it was like worship and prayer, which is really great. You can do that on Instagram too. If you're a musician, or if you know musicians, or if you just want to pray for people, open up Instagram Live, do some prayer time. Very, 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 very simple, easy to do. and lead worship, and it could be some really great content out there. So I wanted to show you, I had another idea for Easter time. I was going to show you a photo of this, but since I can't do this on eCam and lay this over like I normally do, I'll just tell you about it. There's a friend of mine who posted a photo that some churches got together and made signs to post, like little, like almost like real estate signs that they posted, that they drove into the ground at the hospital that just said, "We're praying for you. We love our medical workers. You know, way to go, guys. You're our heroes." That kind of encouraging things, so that when medical workers who are really taking a beating right now, to be honest, just really taking a hit, having to work with so many sick people in such a contagious environment, the risk is really high. They may not have all the supplies they need. Just knowing there are people praying for them, thinking about them, encouraging them. You've seen, apartment buildings come out at shifts change times and applauding for these guys. It's really cool. If your church could reach out to medical people via Instagram, that is something you definitely want to share on Instagram, because it spreads this feeling and this idea that we're in this together and that you're encouraging people. That type of post, you don't just do it for the Instagram. You don't just do it for the gram. You do it because it's a really great thing to do, but it translates to Instagram really well. It's very easy to capture. She just took photos of the signs, not the workers or anything like that, for privacy's sake. Just a really great post, very heartwarming, very easy to share. And it's something you want people to share right now, because we want to put that feeling out there of this, happiness and joy and peacefulness that we are not feeling. We want to feel a little bit of that if we can, and we certainly want our medical workers to feel that way. So great idea. I saw that today. I wanted to share that with you. And the last one I was going to share is resurrection rolls. I shared this. I'm going to actually share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Here it is. All right, so you can see that these are resurrection rolls. This is a recipe you could share online. And why these are really interesting, just look up resurrection rolls. Really, really great. If you look at this recipe, the whole idea is, this is a croissant, crescent rolls, and you wrap a marshmallow with cinnamon sugar. Real simple, butter, cinnamon sugar. It's the best thing ever. You do this with your kids, so you can teach the resurrection story, the empty tomb. Because what happens is you place the marshmallow inside that croissant, wrap it up, then you bake it, and when you open it up, the marshmallow is gone. It's empty. It's an empty tomb. So it's a great illustration for teaching kids about the resurrection, and it's something fun to do together as a family. So I would just post a picture like this or something that you can find. I don't usually recommend doing, grabbing photos, but for stuff like that, I'm like, we just do it for now. We're on a crazy time. Just do it. But grab a photo of this, or take a photo of something you make, and in the caption, put the recipe and put how to do it, and the instructions that you can find on pretty much any website. Very, very simple to do. Very easy to create some content here that helps parents do things with their kids, that also reinforce the lessons and things that you're trying to get across. So really, really cool idea. I just wanted to share that with you. So resurrection rolls, good idea. Okay. All right. So that's all of our tips and such. Today, I wanted to look at something, break a post down from Granger Church as we do a spotlight really quick. And Granger Church, I'll have to share my screen again. I'm so dumb. Should have left that up. This is the post from Granger Church. And we actually have at the Insta Summit, one of our speakers is going to be, can you see that? Here you go. This is the post. And one of our speakers at the Insta Summit is Taylor Lutz, and she is the social media manager at Granger Church. Also, you may know Kim Meyer, who wrote Less Chaos, Less Noise from Granger Church. Really great church for communications, kind of wrote the book on church communications for the last decade or so. And I always recommend that book and Phil Bowdle's Rethink Communications. Those two books together, those are your communications textbooks. So this is where Kim Meyer comes from. Taylor Lutz is going to be speaking at our conference at the Insta Summit in a few weeks. So this is one of the posts they put up. This was a really great post. It's a video. Notice I think this is their youth pastor, because it's DYM, that's Download Youth Ministry, from Doug Fields and Josh, can't remember his name, but he took over at Saddleback. But let's just watch this video really quick.
Hey everyone, in this season where we're at our homes, I thought I'd take a minute from my house to tell you about an amazing experience we get to have this weekend as we celebrate Easter. This is a brand new thing for families. It doesn't matter whether your kids are little ones or whether they're high school students or college students even home right now. There's a great experience for you. It's called Easter Jam. Now, this is a new thing. We haven't done it before, and this is such a great time to dive into this while we're home with our families. It's an online video that you can watch. You can go to grangerchurch.com/Easter Jam. There's some instructions in there. There's some supplies you want to gather to have fun. In this video, there'll be a telling of the Easter story, along with these fun activities you get to do. So I want to encourage you, get the activities, get prepared for this, find a time this weekend, and make some new memories. In a time where maybe our Easter traditions and our plans are no longer able to happen because we're all quarantined, why don't you make some new memories, have some new experiences as a family together this Easter. Check it out. Hey, everyone.
Okay, so really cool video, very simple. I'm not sure what they shot this with, but the audio is really good. And so that probably means they had some equipment out there and they did this a little bit higher level, but because they're outside, there's no wind, there's no going on. It's really clear audio. So they either had a pretty high, great microphone on him catching that, or he's got a lapel mic hidden under his shirt or something that is wireless or wired even, which you can get online for like $60. Honestly, I have one. Gosh, let me grab mine. I'll show it to you. Okay, check this out. This is by Movo. Here it is. Movo is a wireless mic. Very simple to use. It comes with your belt pack that has the mic on it, and it's very easy to plug in. It's got a lapel mic. You just plug it into this, put it on your belt, and turn it on. And then on your camera, you hook this doodad up, which is the receiver box. So you got a belt pack and a receiver. Can you see both of those? There you go. Belt pack and receiver. And this then feeds the audio straight into your phone. And it comes with a headphone mic. So you can just use your lightning adapter for headphones and stick it straight into your phone. You got a wireless mic. Pretty easy. This cost me, was it $30 to $60? Not much. So you could probably grab one of those. And now you've got a good microphone you can take out, tuck under a shirt, hide, and get really great audio even with a phone. Really, really helpful little device. Highly recommend it. Movo, M-O-V-O is the name brand of that. It's one of the cheaper ones. I'm sure you can find other ones. Rode makes some stuff, so sure. So let's break this post down just a little bit. So the audio is really good. The video looks really good. Notice where he's at. He is at his house filming this. So this is probably his equipment, self-shot. Notice that they zoom in and out to just give the same video a different feel here and there. So this was probably done in one take, one shot, and they cut the video and then zoom the video in a little bit here and there to give it a little bit of a feel of energy. And then let's look at this. The only thing I would do better on this video that I would add to it is I would say you probably add captions, and you can do that with Kapwing, Kapwing. It'll add captions, and you can edit them and then re-export your video and just put it on the video. So it's the only thing I would probably do different with this video. In addition, they're advertising a great program. He's just talking to the camera. He's having a good time. He's accepting the fact that we're at home. It's shot on his porch. We are not trying to pretend like we're at the church. This is raw. This is real. And it's doing pretty well. 197 views. They have like 400 something, 4,000 or so followers, almost 5. And this was posted 2 hours ago. 197 views, pretty good. So this is getting good traction. A lot of comments. They're tagging people. This is what you want in Instagram. When people think, this is kind of one of the ways you share things in Instagram is you tag someone in the comment, right? That's a tip. That's a way of sharing. So look, I bet so-and-so would enjoy this, that kind of stuff. They're tagging people. Their hashtags, they've only got two hashtags in there. No first comment hashtags. They actually tag their other Instagram accounts so they can share it and or at least know that they have it so they can comment and stuff on it. They're talking about Easter Jam, so they highlight that by capitalizing the words. That's good to call it out. They had a break. Look at this. There's a break here without those little periods in between. If you don't add a space here for question mark and you just hit hard enter and then hard enter again, you can do that. I don't know if you knew that, but you can break without the thing. It's just easier sometimes for me to hit the periods and just but you can actually do this. This video is about an event that's happening where they've got resources for families and kids to enjoy Easter together. It's Easter Jam. He talks all about it. The only other thing I would say to do different is in the caption, maybe put some of those pertinent details of like where and when, so that you don't have to go back and keep watching the video over and over and waiting for it. Because on Instagram, you can't scrub, right? You can't scroll through the video and scrub through the video. So I would just say put that there. But this is a really great post. I mean, this is something that you need to be posting right now on your Instagram. Drop all the really high-tech graphics and super wild photography and just talk to your people, and they will really appreciate it, especially if you've got something going on like this that's, you know, going to be a really fun event you want to tell people about. Just get someone to stand up and talk about it, because right now everybody's becoming a lot better at video than they ever have been. So take advantage of that. Anyway, this is a great post. I thought this was really fun, really well done. Something to maybe do for yourself, especially just to invite to Easter, just to invite to your services, your Good Friday, your Maundy Thursday, which is tonight, whatever you've got going on. I love that he said, make some new memories. So he accepted the fact that Easter's going to be different. We don't get to do a lot of our typical traditions. We recognize that that's kind of lame. We really hate that this is the situation, but let's make the best of it. In fact, let's think about ways we can make new memories with our kids. And with our families. And I think that's just a really optimistic outlook. I think that's really positive. So I really appreciated that. And I really thought that was a great addition to their social media strategy this week. It's a great post. Do something like that. Go talk to your people on Instagram. Well, that's really all I had today. I had a couple other little fun things, but I can't do them because I don't have eCam working. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to address that situation this week. And next week, we're going to come back with some solid internet. Suddenlink's about to get an earful. Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the Insta Good Show. I love you. Hope you have a great Easter. In fact, before we go, let me pray for you. Father, I pray that you would bless all the people who are working tirelessly right now to put together Easter services like they've never done it before. And I pray, God, for technology to work well, that streaming would be successful, that we would not have a crash on Easter morning of technology all across America, that your gospel would go forward. And I pray, Lord, that you would bless those that are running live streams, hosting, speaking, leading worship, praying, greeting people out front not greeting people out front, that are greeting people online. And I pray, God, that you would just help us to take this time that we have this opportunity to really think about how are we doing church and what are we doing, that, God, you would lead us into the next era of the church that is going to be way more effective than we ever thought. How can we use some of this to reach people even when things go back to normal? God, thank you for these that work in communications. I know it has been a rough couple of weeks, and you've given them strength, and you've given them patience, and you've given them endurance. I pray you continue to give them those things. And Lord, I pray that this is a great Easter where the gospel goes forward and your name is glorified. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys for being here on the Insta Good Show. Love you. Have a great Easter. Happy Easter. We'll see you next week.